Yeah, what we have here is concrete road construction. So we have the BOQ samples. So for every construction you have to do your BOQ, and BOQ is very very important because it helps you to do the costing in meter cube. So the first thing we have is our serial number. So for each item you're going to have a serial number for it, then the description of work, right? Then we have the unit of the work description, then we have our remark. So the first one is site clearance. You do your site clearance first, then you do excavation, then and preparation of road formation. So this is very very important because you have to do your site clearance before your excavations. That is, if you're going to do your drainages, your preparation of road formation and all that. So, and the unit for that is in meter cube. Then the remark, that is as per drawing. So your remark is getting gotten from your drawings. Then the second thing to consider is earthwork. So in filling with approved soil and compaction. So your soil should be approved. That is the type of soil you're going to use for your subgrade and the likes of that. So it has to be approved. Then the compaction too. Then the unit for that is in meter cube. Then your compaction is going to be in layers. Then we have subgrade preparation and compaction. So and that is in meter square. Then the remark is 100% compaction. So your compaction is going to be 100%. Then we have granular subbase, which is your GSB laying, then spreading and compaction. So you're going to do the laying first, then you also do the spreading, then you're also going to do the compaction, and that is going to be in meter cube because it's volume. So the remark is approved material, so it's going to be from your approved material. Then we have wet mix macadam, which is your WMM base course. So for your base course, it's also going to be in meter cube, then as per specification, because there are specifications and standards for things like this. So your macadam, which is your WMM base course, is going to be as per specification. Then providing and laying concrete pavement, which is your PQC, that is your M40 grade. So it's going to be in meter square because it's going to be the area. The ones we've been talking about is in volume, that is why it's in meter cube. But for this M40 grade, it's going to be in meter square because we are considering the area. That is as per mixed design. Then we have supply and fixing of reinforcement steel, dual bars and tie bars. So generally your bars, anything bars, is going to be in kilogram. So and your remark is going to be as per your drawing. Even for your columns, your beams, stuffs like that, they are usually you calculate them in your kilogram because you are considering the weight of the reinforcement. Then we have providing expansion and contraction joints. Yes, on road design, you usually consider your expansion and contraction joints because when the sun hits the road, the joint tends to expand. Then when it cools off, it tends to contract. So all this is going to be according to specification, and your unit is going to be RM. And your remark is going to be at required spacing because there are specific spacing for it, either 200 center to center or 250 center to center, depending on your drawing. Then we have joint seal with approved sealant. If you are trying to repair your road and you're trying to use your sealants, so maybe for your crack, depending on type of cracks you have on the road, or maybe your pothole and your crack. So you're meant to use approved sealant. You understand? So, and this sealant, the unit is RM, then according to specification. Then concrete surface finishing and texturing. So it's also in meter square because you are considering the area whereby you have your remark as broom finish and texture. Then we have curing of concrete pavement, which is also in meter square because you are also considering the area, and the minimum curing is for 7 days. That means you can cure beyond 7 days but not lower than 7 days. So the minimum is 7 days, and you know how important curing is in construction, because if you don't cure your concrete, you won't be able to get maximum strength. So for you to be able to get the maximum strength of your concrete, you have to improve or increase your curing days. Then we have formwork shortening for concrete edges. So either for your drainage, your concrete edges at the shoulder. So you have to do the formwork slash shuttering for those concrete edges, and the unit is also in meter square because you're considering the area then as required, which is your remark. Then road drainage work, whereby you have your side drains and your culverts, so it's still going to be your RM then as per design. Then we have road markings and traffic signs. So your road markings and traffic signs is going to be in meter square and in numbers, and sometimes you can even have it in meters, because if you are considering the length, maybe the length of your road is just 2 kilometers, then it's just going to be in meters, right? So as per specification. Then testing of concrete. So the kind of tests we use to test the concrete, we have the slump test, the cube test, and the other kind of tests that we use in road construction. So, and the remark is as per IS code. So each of these tests is ascribed to a particular code. So it's those codes that tends to tell you the type of tests you're going to be required to carry it out. So this is just how you prepare your BOQ for your road. So we have main BOQ items. So the items you have here is, the first one is your earthwork. You can see the excavator, because you actually need your excavator for your earthworks. Then we have the subgrade. Then we have the GSB layer. Then we have the WMM layer, just as we say granular subbase lane. Then we have the PQC concrete slab. Then we have reinforcement and joints. That is where you have your expansion joint and the contraction joints. Then we have curing, we have drainage, then we have finishing and safety works. So all this put together tends to give more light on your concrete road construction.